and it's 35 minutes past the hour. Welcome to another edition of Morning Date, a segment where we get to sit and chat with outstanding figures from all fields and walks of life. And today, we have the pleasure of sitting down and getting to know more about Tina Park, appointed Advisory Commissioner of the Internet Division Department of the Korea Communications Commission, and the first Korean American and the youngest woman to be elected to the Los Angeles Community College Board of Trustees. And we also have a special treat for our listeners. Leave us your questions, comments, and messages for Tina Park, and we will choose 3 listeners for a copy of her book. And thank you for joining us this morning, Tina. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Okay, we gave you a certain introduction and we know a lot about you, but for our listeners, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, this is Tina Park, and I was the former Los Angeles Board of Trustees in the Community College District, and currently I'm working as a partner in the business consulting firm in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm. And now you are here in Korea. You're also doing some work over here.
Yes.
And you are listening to Morning Special on Ebs Fm, and we're back with our conversation with Tina Park, Advisory Commissioner in the Internet Division Department of the Korea Communications Commission, and the first Korean American to be elected on the Los Angeles Community College Board of Trustees. And we also have a treat for our listeners. Leave us your questions, comments, and messages for Tina Park, and we will choose 3 copies or 3 winners for a copy of her book. So speaking of that book, Tina, so you're an author.
Well, I guess. I don't really
modestly put.
Yes. And I wanted to just mention that this is like limited edition.
Let's pick up that copy of the book.
This is limited edition.
This so our viewers or visual radio viewers can get a copy of that book. That's the book there, and it's 바로 지금부터야. Just live, right? Beginning now. Just live. Tell us about the book.
Well, it kind of talks about like it starts with my stories, mm-hmm. and it has 4 parts. And part 1 is a competition that it's not for me, but for us. And part 2 is dreaming a new world from the east to the west. And part 3 is the uncertainty of youth. It's beautiful. And part 4 is the 7 secrets of transformation. Mm-hmm. And it really gives examples of my stories and other people's stories that I've experienced through I guess, my life. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't want to say it's autobiography. It's more like an essay-based mm-hmm. kind of a book. Mm-hmm. So like, part 1, a competition that it's not for me, but for us, it's about like when I enter into the New York Stock Exchange after graduation uh-huh. and experiencing the 9/11 tragedy mm-hmm. and dealing with that mm-hmm. and overcoming and then moving, which is the part 2, which is dreaming a new world from the east to the west, which is from New York to Los Angeles, mm-hmm. and having the opportunity to run mm-hmm. for the Board of Trustees. And part 3, even though you think you might be successful or not, the uncertainty that you have because of the youth and because of the uncertainty, how beautiful it is, because mm-hmm. it gives you so many possibilities that you can do or you can pursue mm-hmm. in life.
Okay, so through this essay book
right.
that you have published, and you want to send out a certain message, and that 7 secrets, I know we can't tell everyone all the 7 secrets, but
why not?
Time constraints. But what would you say, what is one big message that you want to tell the listeners of Morning Special?
I know it's kind of cliche, but I want to say the power of positive thinking. If I would pick one, mm-hmm. that would be the one. And how powerful it is mm-hmm. of positive thinking. And I think even when I was growing up, and I really do believe that, if I didn't grow up in a positive environment from my parents, mm-hmm. then I don't think I would have the character that I do today and kind of like go with what I dreamed or what I'm pursuing, like the goals and mm-hmm. the purpose of life that I know and that I'm living. If it wasn't being through the positive thinking, mm-hmm. I don't think it would have been possible.
So positive thinking is that one message right now to our morning special listeners. That has been Tina Park joining us, Advisory Commissioner of the Internet Division Department of the Korea Communications Commission. And it's been an honor sitting here with you and hearing a chance to talk about some of your experiences.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. And I just want to tell the listeners, thank you for all the support and have a great day.
All right, and of course, the book that Tina Park is the author of, we have 3 copies of them, and you can go ahead and check our website to see if you are the winner of a copy of the book. Okay, now we are back on a morning special, and we're going to be looking at some of the text messages that are coming in. 여러분이 해본 봉사활동 또는 해보고 싶은 봉사활동은 무엇인가요? And 윤임숙님 says, 얼마 전 Beautiful Lie란 영화